Hello, and welcome to another rousing edition of Trending Topics with BB, the podcast. I am your humble host, Brooke Brown, hence the BB. If you've listened before, you get it. I'm back at it. Taking a few weeks off, been busy working my new job, which I'll get to in a minute. But before we get really started, I do have to remind you that today's sponsor for this podcast is Audible.com, who has more than 180,000 audiobooks and spoken word audio products. Get a free audiobook of your choice at www.audibletrial.com/trendingtopicswithbb. Okay, lots to talk about. I will start with log on to brookembrown.com. If you haven't, that's my website. You will get podcasts, episodes. You will have links to my other projects, and you will also have an update on a really cool thing that I was honored to do for my community. Yes, I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I was chosen as one of 18 speakers to be part of the Ignite Phoenix, which is like, for all you awesome people out there, a amateur TED Talk. And I spoke about my love of EDM, that is electronic dance music. Check out my 5-minute presentation. The link is there. It's embedded on my website or YouTube, Ignite Phoenix, and check out all the wonderful speakers that have done Ignite Phoenix over the years. I was honored to be a part of this Ignite Phoenix 17. I do a little bit more in-depth blogging on my website, but I did want to mention a shout out to the team at Ignite Phoenix for A, choosing me, B, letting me be a part of it, and I can't wait to continue to be a volunteer as it is a non-profit organization. Now, moving on, there was a poll on my Google Plus a couple weeks ago about what I should talk about on the podcast, and a lot of people want to know what I'm doing in my day job. Well, I work in sales, y'all, for an internet marketing company. And unfortunately, I do not have my co-host with me, or a co-host. I was looking to get a co-host, co-worker, to be my co-host on this podcast to talk specifically about the shit we hear on the phones, because yes, we are phone sales. And I know there are a lot of companies out there, and a lot of people that can relate to that. That's why I want to bring it to Trending Topics with BB, because some shit you hear from people on the phones is fucking hilarious. I do want just to update you on the fact that I do have a day job, hence why I've kind of been a little bit scatterbrained here. I work my ass off doing that, 40 hours a week. Gotta pay my bills, y'all. But it's funny what people do on the phones because they're on the phone and not face to face. But it's a job that, well, hopefully we'll talk about some stories and what we hear on the phone more in depth than a whole episode of Trending Topics with BB in the future. This week's podcast, I'm going to move on to what this week's podcast is about, this episode. Yes, this has been a week of opinions. And what I mean by opinions, I'm talking, yes, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to talk the whole Vanity Fair article cover of Caitlyn Jenner being announced to the world. I will admit I have watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians more than probably the average person. Or maybe all you people out there that are not admitting it, you're just not admitting that you watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, even though the Kardashians are annoying, but yet entertaining. Regardless, always been Team Bruce. Bruce Jenner has always been the wise one of the family, regardless, but more power to now Caitlyn Jenner, no longer Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner, and finally Caitlyn can be who she truly is and enjoy the rest of life, living life as she was meant to live life. But all of these media scrutiny among what it means to be a woman, what the looks are, other articles by other transgendered people, the scrutiny, the bullshit on social media between whether or not Caitlyn Jenner deserves to be getting the Arthur Ashe Courage Award at the ESPYs next month. Give me a fucking break on those things. The irony, though, on that one thing of that user on Facebook, if you didn't see this, a little segue here. If you didn't see this, there was a person that basically posted that on Twitter and Facebook that there shouldn't be, well, that we shouldn't be honoring Caitlyn Jenner as a hero for courage, rather than posted a photo of military, which I get. If you know me, I support the military. But the irony of the fact that the photo that was posted and chosen to make this point, and you can't see me, but I'm using air quotes for point, is hilarious, because it turns out the actual person in the photo was making a documentary to talk about how they were beaten, and they were beaten for cross-dressing, hence the irony, and a big foot in mouth situation. That's basically the Cliff Notes versions of that story, but I think it's quite funny and deserve to kind of bring that out. But back to the whole issue at hand. There's nothing fucking wrong. More power to Caitlyn Jenner for being herself. And that's really all I've wanted to say about that. The bullshit, Anyway. It was one of the trending topics of the week, and thus needed to be addressed. In my opinion, if you listen to this podcast, I appreciate you. And I did want to let you know, too, that Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook of your choice and a free 30-day trial membership. Just go to audibletrial.com/trendingtopicswithbb and choose from over 180,000 audio programs. Download a title free and start listening. It's that easy. Go to audibletrial.com/trendingtopicswithbb and get started today. Why Audible? Audible content includes more than 180,000 audio programs from the leading audiobook publishers, broadcasters, entertainers, magazine and newspaper publishers, and business information providers. Now back to what I was saying. Why the ignorance, really? It just floors me at the ignorance about this. But then again, not everybody in this country has full equality, and that's the point. But the definition of a hero, I guess it depends based on the person at hand. It's all relative, but it's pretty heroic to be like, dude, this is how I'm gonna live, gonna be who I am, and I want the world to know it. After the world has seen me as one way, but that was not my true self, my true happy self. I am now truly happy. And again, you go, Caitlyn Jenner. That's all I have to say about that. I could go on and on and on about saying the same thing. But I know there's going to be people out there with comments and, well, disinterest or their own fucking opinions, and that's the beauty of being in the world that we live today. But I just wanted to address that big trending topic of the week, and thanks once again for still listening and tuning in and downloading Trending Topics with BB. I appreciate it. Again, log on to brookandbrown.com for all updates, links, and basically any other links to my social media feeds. I am now on Periscope by the same name as I am on Twitter, since it's a Twitter app. But hit me up there. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. And till next time on Trending Topics with BB, be safe out there, everybody, and be kind. Bye-bye.